Do you really know me? Really? If you've been a regular subscriber to my YouTube channel for a while, you probably do feel you know me. You probably know too much about me, and that's what I want to talk a little bit about. Because I'm a little concerned. Do I get too personal in my vlogs? I am the kind of person, well, I was told once by somebody that I wear my heart on my sleeve. Now, I'm not absolutely sure what that expression means when you think about it. On the one hand, I do tend to be a fairly emotional person. Um, and, it's very obvious when I'm being emotional too. So that may be what that means. But I think what the person was referring to is the fact that maybe I share too much personal information about myself with other people. Now, I don't get that from anybody strange. My dad was always like that too. He didn't have any secrets. He would tell you everything when you asked. He was very straightforward. He was very upfront with people. People liked my dad. My dad was very, very well liked. And that was never so clear to me as it was at his funeral. I mean, basically, literally, there was standing room only in the funeral home uh, when we had his memorial service. That was how well thought of my father was. But there was much to be thought of with my dad. My dad was a very kind person. Um, he was very efficient man, but he was also the kind of man who he would tell you his life story if you asked. He had no secrets. And I think that trait I have gotten from my father as well. I don't have a lot of secrets in my life. I always say I'm one of those kind of people that if you want something to be kept secret, don't tell me, because I will. Not on purpose, but it will come out of me. I will tell your secret to somebody. So I always warn that when people say just between you and I go, do you really want that to happen? I warn you now, I have no control over it. Someone asks me the right questions, I'll give them all the answers and then some. So at times, Walter has pointed this out to me as well when we do our videos, that I may be giving too much information about myself. I am an open book, pretty much. I'm kind of proud of that I am, that I don't have any secrets, that what you get is what you see and what you hear. Um, I wish I was a little bit more secretive. I think there's advantages to not giving out too much information about yourself. Certain people might take that information and use it against you. And I do know that from firsthand experience. That has happened to me. But I don't learn, I guess, from those kinds of experiences. I just carry on being me. Um, and that's the other thing. It is something that's ingrained in my personality to, reveal all, whether I should or shouldn't. Um, I guess what I'm saying is it something that bothers other people? I know that some people get uptight when people give a lot of personal information about themselves, especially when they're not necessarily close friends. You know, the first time I meet somebody, if they ask me the right questions, I will reveal all, as I've already said. So there's no mystery really around me whatsoever. And I guess that's the same thing that I do when I do my vlogs. I guess I do wear my heart on my sleeve to a certain extent. But is it something that is a bad trait? I really appreciate it when other people share with me things about themselves. Uh, Again, it can go overboard. Sometimes you can reveal too much about yourself. It becomes all about you. Maybe that's what people think. Maybe it is all about me. I don't know. I don't like to think of it that way because that has a negative connotation, but maybe it is. I mean, after all, I have to think about why it is I do a vlog, why I do YouTube uh, content. Well, in a certain degree, it is about me. It's a hobby. It is something I do. I like to share. I like to teach. I like to share information with people. Uh, that's the teacher in me. That's what I did all my life. You know, my career was based on that. So it's just a natural extension of that career. Um, when I was teaching, when I was in a classroom, I probably shared way too much information with my students as well. And there were times when, yeah, that was inappropriate. It was. I will admit to that. It was inappropriate. I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't think about the consequences. And, one should think about the consequences of what they say about themselves. However, I don't think I really harmed anybody with that. If anybody was going to be harmed by that too much information, it was going to be me. And it did, on occasion. Not often, but on occasion, which made me stop and think maybe I should be a little more reserved. But it's not in my nature. Now, Walter's nature is to be more reserved, and there is an aura of mystery around him. Um, Even to this day, after 39 years with him, there are still little mysteries about Walter. He's a private person to a certain extent. So you'll never have to worry about Walter giving you too much information about himself to you. I'm the exact opposite. So I guess that's what makes our relationship work. Opposites attract. Um, well, not really, but that's a discussion for another day. But anyways, I guess what I'm thinking about is I do have comments that come up on my videos. And some of those comments are somewhat negative in tone, whether the person realizes that or not. I try not to let those get to me, but I have brought some of those comments onto myself because I have been too personal in what I have said. And some of those things that I have said are my opinions, and people always take exception to other people's opinions, don't they? If they don't fit your own view of life. So I do open myself up to a certain degree of attack, I guess. And that hurts. But I'm over that. Well, I do get over that. I mean, it always hurts a little bit. But I guess it's my own fault. I reveal too much about me. So, will I stop doing that? No, I can't. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Nope. I can't change my personality. Nobody can change anybody's personality, even their own. As much as we might try and much as we might think we should, we can't. That's who we are. Let's just suck it up, accept it, and go on with life. I'm not going to get hung up on being too personal. That's just me. I guess the only other thing I can say is if people find that I'm being too personal and it's bothering them, I guess they need to stop watching my YouTube channels because it's not going to change. Sorry about that, but it's not. So, yeah, you can let me know what you think. Be nice. Be nice, okay? But I just thought I'd share that with you because I am an open book.